Okay, I was starting like this today, as always, but it's like, welcome to the Transition Doula. This is the final meeting of this series of 8 meetings, and I'm really happy that you're here, really happy that you're listening. That's great. So today we're going to resume what has happened, or what did you discover, or what is going on, or yeah, who knows what happened to you during this series of events that we did, and your interaction with the body, transition body, and your interaction with yourself, your discoveries, all this. So we want to see something about that, or hear something about it. And just because sometimes it's great to just take another look at what is occurring, and this would be the moment to do that. So this meeting, we will start with a meditation. And sometimes I wake up in the morning, it's like, okay, today we're going to do this meditation. And then it occurred to me that it wasn't that long ago that we used this meditation. So I'm using the meditation. It was in November or somewhere. Not that I know how long ago that is, but it is very useful because it has everything to do with time. In fact, with transition into presence, and that's why it was given for me to use it today. So only one instant does this world endure, is what it said. And now, well, that's great practice. That's what we practice anyway. It's like letting go is the transition, daily transition. Letting go of past ideas, letting go of what you thought you were, letting go of what you think the world is, what the world needs now, or what you think the world isn't at all, or what you think is so frightening, or who knows what. It's like all of that can go now, because only an instant does this world endure. That it only is there because I value it temporarily. Now I take my whole investment back out of it and come back to myself and open up my consciousness, because I have empty hands. And so this is really great. Now I have to mention something. Since we're in the training, say, of Transition Doula, since we're in the training for that, like that thing, that Transition Doula idea is activated in us, and not without purpose, absolutely not. So one of our doulas, you could say, that normally is here in the meeting, could not be here today. So she was very actively involved in a transition with a loved one. And so now it happened that today, especially right now at this time, what happens is that she will be in church in a mess that is specially dedicated to the one that transitioned. But it was like a total gift from the priest from one of the Catholic churches in Ireland. And so it was a total gift to spend that, or to give that ceremony especially for this one. And so the request is of the mother of the child, the request is to be aware of this in this moment, because it literally happens right now as we speak. And we will be still with using the meditation, having 5 minutes or so of quiet, then listening to the meditation one more time. Like, this is a miracle prayer, and this fits very well with any idea of transition. So, but there's a connectedness, is what I'm saying. It's like, okay, yeah, the Transition Doula was also to get in touch with ideas of ceremony, or who knows what happens. Like, this was a spontaneous occurrence. Suddenly there's a ceremony especially prepared for, as a gift too. Now, how beautiful is that? It's like, how beautiful is that? So by staying in your openness, that can be received. And we're all taking part in it. And so beautiful how this is completely beyond time and space, but still a real occurrence. So this is where I'm inviting you for, and the occurrence is starting right now. So I'm sharing with you the meditation that we're going to listen to. Only an instant does this world endure. This is a thought which can be used to say that death and sorrow are the certain lot of all who come here, for their joys are gone before they are possessed or even grasped. Yet this is also the idea that lets no false perceptions keep us in its hold, nor represent more than a passing cloud upon a sky eternally serene. And it is this serenity we seek, unclouded, obvious and sure today. We seek your holy world today, for we, your loving sons, have lost our way a little while, but we have listened to your voice and learned exactly what to do to be restored to heaven and our true identity. And we give thanks today. The world endures but for an instant. We would go beyond that tiny instant to eternity. So thank you so much for joining in the meditation. And so it's lovely that we can, in that sense, combine it with the one that is in Ireland. I will not mention any names, that's not necessary, but you know who I mean. So that's great to see. Like, this is one of the examples of how a ceremony can be. It's completely miraculous in that sense that came to her. It was given to her. It was like a gift. And really lovely, really lovely. So happy with that. Now, in the transition doula, I think we did quite a bit of work, so to speak. We were deeply going into it. This has been like stretched out in probably 11 weeks or so. And every week was quite full of activities of listening to podcasts, of preparing with your body, setting up meetings for yourself. So there's a lot connected to it. So I want to take it easy today, that's for sure. And in fact, recognizing the fruits that are given and what has come to fruition in yourself, which is very important, because if you are aware that these are the gifts that are given you, then you can give them away too. So that's one thing. Now, there's a syllabus that every week I wrote a little part in that, and I want to take a look at that, because it's nice to use it if you want to use it for further whenever you need it, or whenever it's suddenly it might be there that you think like, oh, what was that again? And let me take a look. So that's exactly what we're going to do now, so that you know it is there, it's available. You can say like, well, okay, so what is this all about? Actually, Mortal Mind's Guide to Enlightenment. I saw this with the Initiate too, and with the Miracle Worker. Well, actually, I am kind of like using this as a preparation for coming to a writing. I know that's going to happen. So coming to writing specifically about this subject, explorations of the transition doula, or the Initiate, or the Miracle Worker, like as we go through the chapters. And there will be more, like the Troubadour. Now, so all these facets, you could say, are great to write about. And now we did already a lot of work with that. So there are videos available. there's podcasts available, there's references available, and yeah, it's growing. It's like it's my little garden. So so that's how I look at it myself. It's a little garden. So, and this is at least planted, this is planted. And now, however that comes to, if I need to write more, I will. And if it works a different way, that's fine too. So here's the syllabus. That was the word, syllabus. So there's all kinds of inspiration. For instance, this. Inspiration will come to you in this series from Jesus Christ of Nazareth, John Klein, and much more. So what are we using? We have listened to the manual for teachers, the lessons of A Course in Miracles, some specific ones that are related to the idea of transition, and of course the manual for teacher, development of trust, what is death. See, these are fundamental questions that have come up big time. So here, what is a miracle? That's great to know too. It's like, we use A Course in Miracles. Now, what is actually a miracle? You will have to work with that. So what is that? So this is the reference. Now you can click on these links and they go immediately to YouTube. In the PDF they work too. There's nothing new, but just that you know. So elsewhere, The Great Forgetting with Sean Klein. We use Sean Klein a little bit, and it's great because he writes directly about transitions and all that. So that was nice reference too. Then we had A Course of Love, the choice for love, and last week the idea of attention. Like, is there anything that distracts your attention? Or can you be fully present? If you can be fully present, then you can also give that. When you are with someone, for instance, you extend that. If you're distracted, or who knows what kind of process is taking place within you, then you are not really present, but what is possible then? Or what is your focus, in fact, also? Like, how can you bring back yourself to full attention? Now here you see, we did this. I'm not going through the whole thing, not as to mention everything or anything. So we looked at the idea of transition doula. What is a doula? What is death? That was one. How do you work with others? So this is really important too, since it is like a conscious attempt to network together, to come together, to set up a meeting, to meet, and to find how that actually works. Just as a first step, as a start. Now that contact was, of course, for everyone different, but how helpful was that? Now, so we continue development of trust, relinquishment of time-space experiences, healing is shared, dark night of the soul, and then ceremony of life. That was last week. And then, of course, today it's like the resuming abilities and discoveries. What unexpected discoveries did you make?